Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As always, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Enjoy. In today's video guys, what I want to do is look at fixing a little problem that's occurred from the improvements we made in the last episode, which is why we've started off on our new bus route here, coming over from Snaith to Goole. Now, originally, if you remember, I said I wanted to just have the one bus route that come all the way down from Snaith, stopped at Goole, and then came to the port. As you can see, we have lots of passengers, 81 over here at Manchester Road, and then 62 here at York Road, is it? Yeah, York Road. Now, these guys are all waiting to go to the port to then get transport towards the rest of the map. Now, the problem I'm having is the buses are already full when they come from Snaith, so they won't pick anybody up at these two stops. So I need to come up with an idea that'll prevent that. And what I've thought of for now, and what I think I'm going to do to start off this episode, is put a transfer station in just at the outskirts of town here, like this, and then we'll have the buses coming from Snaith to this hub, and then we'll just have a little local line just running circuits back and forward through the town. And I think that should ultimately help it flow a bit better, because we'll just have the one set of buses going up and down the street, but they'll be emptying and filling all the time. So I'm going to try that now. But what I want to do so we don't lose all of these passengers in the first place is I want to put that other line in first. And I can't remember where we put the depot last time. It's over here in Snaith, which is fine. The buses will have to come up here just the one time. That's okay. I can live with that. But the new line that we want wants to come from the outskirts here. It wants to stop at both of these stops, and then at the port, and then at both of the stops on the way back. So after Goole transfer, again at York Road, again at Manchester Road, and then back to Goole North here. And we're going to call that RP for road passenger. And then we're going to go for, what shall we call this one? Should we call it town to port, or we'll just call it the Goole bus for now, just because it is just going to be that local service. What we may be able to do, well, we could probably just sacrifice a couple of the buses on this longer line, but because I want those to finish what they're doing and carry all the passengers they've got, we're going to have quite a few passengers coming through the docks. We've got 21 there. We're using these at the minute, these man buses. Looks like we have unlocked these Mazes here as well, but they only carry 19. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to get some of these faster buses. I'm going to get 3 of those. And I'm going to put them on the original line here. Okay, we're going to go on this Snaith line here, which is a Snaith intercity bus. Let's just find that one. RP Snaith Goole intercity bus. So we're going to have the new vehicles on there. And then what I want to do then is take the vehicles that were on that line already, and I want to move them onto the new line that we've just made, which is the RP Goole bus. But then I also need to edit this line so that it no longer goes all the way through the town. So we want stop number 3 to now be Goole North, and then on the way back we want it to stop at Highfield Road. Now we can delete everything after step 5. Is that right? Yes, we can delete everything after step 5. And then we'll just double check this after to make sure. So we're going from Lower Snaith to Highfield Road. We don't need Manchester Road. We need Goole North. And then we need to go back to Highfield Road and then to Snaith. Okay, perfect. So these guys will now bring the passengers from Snaith up to Goole here, and then the original bus route will just ferry the people between these stops and the port. Because what was happening is we were getting a lot of passengers waiting for the hovercraft over here, and then because we'd mistakenly set this guy to wait for a full load here, I have gone back and changed that now, guys, but we had this guy set to wait for a full load, and because these buses weren't picking enough people up, they were taking too long to get here, all the hovercraft were just queuing up. So I've changed them to load if available. So you see this guy's actually going off empty now, but we're now about to drop the first 16 passengers off at the dock here, and he should instantly fill again straight away. We speed this up. There we go. So all 16 of those have now gone into the port. We filled with 16. And they should go all the way through the town now. Now, some of those will want to go on to Snaith, but I would imagine the majority of these people won't make it to the end of the run anymore. There you go. So we're back up to 15 now. Some of these will probably get off at Manchester Road. It all seems to get very loud when we zoom in. And now we've got 10, so it's going to drop 10 people off here, which can easily fit on one of these new buses that we've got going out to the countryside. And then these buses are coming in, and they'll drop a couple of people off to come over here. We may not even need those 3 buses over there, but as you can see, there's 13 people waiting here already, 3 over there, so we'll keep an eye on that and monitor it. Now, the other main thing, and another big thing that I wanted to do in this episode, was to get our mainline passenger trains set up. Now, just before I started this episode, to save you guys having to watch me, I did go around and upgrade all of the track to high speed. And now we've got a decision to make, as in which trains we're going to go for. Now, what I'm thinking, if I find the depot, is because this is a UK-based map, what I've been looking for... or looking at, sorry. Have we really got 3 trains just in that depot? Why are they all in that depot? That must be a mistake. I'm going to sell those. I don't know why we've got the 3 trains in there, because our fuel trains are all on the line still. We just check we have. Yeah, we've got 4 trains on that line, so we definitely don't need the other 3. Right, so what I want to do, guys, is look at, and you can see here I've already been looking at it just before the episode. This is the improvement I want to make. So at the minute, we're running with the Flying Scotsman. If I just find the next passenger train for you, which is here. Now, as you can see, these are starting to rust up a little bit. They are starting to get that little bit too rusty. And I'm just thinking it's time for the change. These guys are currently carrying 100 passengers. They're pretty much running at capacity most of the way. Now, you can see that the top speed of these guys was 75 miles an hour. And the old original track, that was the top speed of that track. But because now we're going to want to upgrade the trains, I want to carry about the same kind of passengers for now. And as you can see, the intercities here, the multiple units, carry 124 passengers. But 124 mile an hour and 124 passengers. And as you can see, it is a British diesel high-speed train. And it's still used in Great Britain. I'm not sure how true that is. I can't say that I obviously live in Great Britain, and I can't say that I've seen one of these recently at all, or ever, to be honest with you. But then again, I don't spend a lot of times around train stations and trains, but even though they do really interest me, trains. So it's a strange one, really. So we're going to go for it. How much is this going to cost us? 286 million, but money is not an object, guys, at the minute. Let's have a little look at this. Oh, wow. It looks like such a huge upgrade from... I was just wondering why that one was yellow and red in the different colours. That's the buffet cart. That's pretty cool that these have a buffet cart. Loading speed. Now we've come across an issue, guys. You saw then the loading speed was only minus 8.1. Now, I know that's because the whole train doesn't fit into the platform. So that's something that we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to go around and extend all of these stations out. But I might do that in between episodes, because that'll be something that would be a little bit boring, I think, for you guys to watch once I've done one of them. So, well, I think we'll close out the episode, guys, by having a ride around the main line on that. But there's one other thing that I wanted to look at, and I'm not sure whether this is going to be a good idea or not. But you can see from the change that we made to the oil production the last time, we're now getting all these ships queuing up down the river. And it's not actually as bad right now as it was when I looked at it earlier. But the trouble we're having is, we've got all this oil waiting up here. You can see we've got 390 oil. But we can't get enough lorries. And as you can see, as soon as one leaves, another one's picking up. We can't fit any more in. So I think we might need to set a small train line up here as well, just down to the dock. And as I'm saying it, I think that's a good idea. I'm actually just going to fire one in now. We aren't going to go massive on this. We just want one station. We'll go high speed, and we'll go catenary here as well, actually, because having an electric train will give us that extra torque off the line and the extra power that we need to just sort of get up and go. So I'm going to get it in here where it connects to everything, including that truck depot, which it does. And then we want it to just come down here to the dock, and as long as it's in range of this dock, we're happy. I want to try and close the angle as much as I can to make it as easy for the train to go as relatively in a good line and as much of a straight line as possible. And then we just want to connect those two up. As long as that hasn't ruined the road, which it hasn't, I'm happy with that. We've got the barrier on for crossing the road, that's perfect. And we are going to have to put a depot on here as well, aren't we? So, how long did I make those stations then? 120 metres. So we don't want a train that's any longer than 120 metres on here. Now that track hasn't gone in as electric, I've just noticed that. We'll put that in. The two stations definitely are, I believe. Yes, they are. If we can get us a nice train on here now, we'll go electric. We don't want anything too crazy. We don't need maximum speeds, but I'm looking at the power. 3,000 should be fine, but we'll see once we've put this on. So we want to go up to a 140. We want the newer tanker cars. So if we were to go up to the range here, 130, 141 should be fine. And it's still excellent power rating. So I think that'll do for us. And we want a new line. And from Upper Driffield to there. At Upper Driffield, we'll tell it to wait for that full load, as usual. And we want the new line being called TF for train freight. And then this is just Driffield, crude to port, we'll call it. And then we'll know if we see that name where it is and what's going on. Hopefully this train will progress. Ah, see, that's sticking out quite a way out of the station, actually. Did I mess up on the size of station we've put in there? Did I say what we were going to do and then... No, we have got that station in. Oh, it's 120 metres, not 140. That's my fault. 130, 119, there you go. We'll modify that. It'll be able to fill a lot quicker now. And hopefully that should help with that and the trucks. Because the sheer amount of oil that's being demanded by... We've got two ships both demanding 350 each time. And obviously we are hooked up now. Because I put this little loop in before, it's just carrying the fuel. You see, from the station, it wasn't picking up this final crude oil depot. So I've put this little depot here. A truck stop even. And these trucks here are just ferrying crude oil up to this truck stop, which is dropping it off to that one. Just to keep it flowing. Now, we've got too many trucks here, so we'll sell one of those. Because they're getting backed up. And I think, guys, pretty much for this episode, they're the changes that I want to make. But I do want to end it by running round our main line on the new train. And I also wanted to take a minute to say thank you to you guys for your support on the new Only Tram series. It seems to be doing really well. It's my best performing video at the minute. The only thing I have noticed on it is it says that only 75% of the viewers on that are subscribers. So if you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out there and you're enjoying the channel, then please do hit that subscribe button, guys, because it really helps me out. And the more subscribers the video gets, the more people it pushes the video out to, and the more people that ultimately get to see the channel. So it helps me and lets me know who's liking what kind of content. So I'll be quiet now and let you guys enjoy a ride around on this train for a little while. But thank you for your continued support, guys. It does mean a lot to me, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode.